pakiana hindi nga mga tawo nga diha aton nga aton naging kaibalag. How are you? Are you good? Siring pa man amo permen ira concern kumusta na kita? Ano man an pag-intindi ba nga have you really overcome the horrors of it? Makakasiring ba ka mo nga okay na ka mo? O okay. Amo manggod iton bagasugad dito nga pinakamakarimadi mga hitabo. It is a lasting imprint. Nga det utok hitawo. So bisan kon karuyag na naton lagi iton igsuksok nga tuhit kahiladman didat mga recesses at aton brains or at aton memories, things will always bring it out. Pag oo kayon manta iton base suklon kung ikaw kumusta na. No? Ako, I could verily say that so far kita usahad tumbaga blessed. Not so much personally or in the family nga baga aton din na experience other than the physical aspect of infrastructure, but so far pamilya baga diri gud sugad kita kadako nga nag-antos ito. Oo. Diri parehas iton iba nga baray may nabilin na, worst sana lang nabilin, and then lost everything. So amo na nasa rin kita. Ako, I could verily say that so far so good. Bisan man kun may mga panahon nga tigda kita nga bagabahin igin bubunlod ngadtuhin ngadtuhin lapok lalasaw or the tubig ba, that it's sometimes very difficult to breathe, pero waray kahiton pa man dida nga physical nga kabutangan, no? So may da kita mga sugad dito nga all of a sudden out of the blue, boom, just like that, no? May da kita iton kaya siring pahinakon kay istorya kay gin na konsulta taman ini na diri angay nga igkabaraka in sugad nga sitwasyon kay diton makuha may daman tahiton makaka-trigger imo na magbubukwat han mga nakalabay nga makarimedima ang punto laba nga like what I told you the last time nga aton pagkahampang dinhi nga haros di ka makaginhawa kapag gawas na kon ngadto na main road mo ngayon ini ang damage more man han pagkadto na naton han kadak-kadak ang downtown area, the destruction as unparalleled ever hanakon paghimat so may ada mga sugad dito nga tinipig ito dito na kahihiladman sisidsiran ito nimo panomduman. Kita baga nag self therapy kita waray kita formal nga therapy para hadto nga ato naging experience. So, di na han baga dalagan han kamaiha nga panahon na i-refer naton ini nga dahitan aton mga kasangkayan nga mga doktor na may baga talagudti nga assessment. Siring pa man, so far baga amo iton. The coping was not necessarily very easy, pero more or less nakada kita. Ito nga baga coping, diri kita sugad ka baga term although diri parehas iton iba nat na mga kabugtuan, some people I know as in pag tatarahit kusugi ba nga pusdak hiton turo ituran nga datira atop or kunhain man hiya nga lugar establishment as in makikit-an mo't pangurug hiton ni kalawasan, no? Diri kuno niya ito napupugngan. So halarom pa hinduro iton saralumon para hiton niya recovery 10 years after. So baga ada kita hiton. Ini nga kabutangan hinin aton na pagtabok han nahitabo nga super typhoon Yolanda din niya aton. Anyway, aton laba nga nasiring man iton kamagaraman that kun imo inihaliwat ginaatubang nabubuligan kahito. Matuod kinahanglan lahiya inin term guarded ba binantayan ba or best kun may ada dida baga iba may authority nga nag-attender ha imo nagnginginano ha imo ito ba adala does not have to say anything waray damo nga kun ano paman dida Just the assurance that someone is listening, that someone is there kung ano man itong baga mga hitabo. Ha? Yon, oo, may mga suga dito. But siring pa man, itong kamatuuran, ito realidad. After everything that has been said and done 10 years ago, and then the biggest opportunities, lost opportunities, ano it baga pag kita, hit pipira. Ano, yan na nga mga panahon. Labi na itong on the other side of the fence. Nasa rin ako on the other side of the fence in terms ba, hit aton di mga paniguro hiton recovery, total recovery and preparedness para hin mga sugadini nga mga kalamidad, no? Taksi rin kasi we have the government, and then we have hiton non-government. An aton di baga mga private institutions, mga grupo nga an pagtutok ada hini nga kunta magkaburublig ngan makabutan ang pinaka pungkay hiton ka andaman o pagsantop naman lahin eksakto dida hit mga pitad buhat kasumpahim pareho hini nga mga hitabo, no? So of course it usa pa nga factor iton kita nga mga tawo, kita nga mga ordinaryo nga mga mulupyo nga nagiging recipient supposedly hini nga mga programs, hini nga baga mga sistema na amo iton ultimo kunta nga magiging mga suklanan. I had opportunity makatambong hinkatirok hini nga aton mga kabugtuan didihan na diri kanang gobyerno nga sistema. Amo takon niya na bibit-bit ka iyo. I do not know if you will agree or not, or how you would appreciate it mga sugadini nga mga bagay, but we just hope nga plastada inihin punto di vista na hopefully makakabulig ka aton hito naton personal nga mga pamaagi or paggigiya didahin mga pitad parehas in sugad dini nga mga kalamidad. Sige, akon ging nakihampang ako Lady Center for Development, nakihampang ako hanaton dida official bishop United Church, rather UCCP nga nasugat man ito naton natuinan didihiton National Council of Churches in the Philippines, NCCP nga UCCP nga aton di mga representatives, no? Amoy ta ko ni share hayo yan nga kulop didahini nga aton na post Yolanda nga pagpahamtang. Mahumanla iton pahinomdom.
This time check is brought to you by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, maker of world-class quality Pride detergent.
Champion, gawang peerless na 60 years ng tapat na walang katapat. Champion, gawang peerless na 60 years ng tapat na walang katapat.
Aksyon!
Radyo! Joy Quincenas Pack. Mas tanggal ang sebo kaya abot ng 15 days. 24 pesos lang.
Tigang #1 Smart Dishwashing Paste.
Tanggaling-galing mo! Smart Dishwashing Paste ko! Pritong ulam na masebo, plato at kaldero. Tanggaling for everyday.
Amo ito kon Smart and Dishwashing Paste. May double tanggaling formula. Tanggal galing ang sebo ngan bakterya.
Pahit para walang bahid, linis fantastic sa metal at plastic. #1 ko to! Tanggaling-galing mo! Smart Dishwashing Paste.
Heavy duty limpyo kada pahid. Smart Dishwashing Paste. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Aksyon!
Radyo!
Bitay po, ang kinsenas pa kanjoy, maabot kinsena ba? Ginayat namon, ang magnanay nga cherry nga honey.
Hagi nga ni anak, kahon ako gudhan una, nakakadamo ako naghuhugasan ha paste.
Ma, may radyo'y kinsinas pak na. Usa nga pataklahan, Joy, damo na tak nahuhugasan.
Ha paste ko, pwede ngayon hakadamo, bagat kinahanglan, dugan utro para makadamo.
Ha, Joy?
Malimpyo haw sa kapatak, doble na ang kadamo, naabot kinsinas pa.
Pwede umapi? Hain naman kamo.
Bago nga Joy kinsinas pa.
Doble kada mo nga paghugas sa Joy, kay nakabase ha third-party test nga nagamit hinsakto na kantidad versus brand X space.
New Joy Quincenas Pack. 2 times sa dami ang nahuhugasan kesa paste, kaya abot kinsenas.
Aksyon!
Radyo!
Lower! Lower pa! Mas pinababa ang presyo kaysa dati. 475 pesos SRP na lang per 35 grams sachet ang linis at bango ng Champion Super Clean.
Para di madaling masira ang ngipin ng pamilya, ngayon pa lang,
Unique toothpaste for brushing every after kumain.
dahil ang unique toothpaste may Max Protect formula.
Ngipin ay Max Alaga, Max Protektado pa.
helps stop cavities even before they start, while keeping breath fresh with regular use.
Unique toothpaste for brushing para siguraduhin ngipin ay Max Alaga, Max Protektado pa Unique.
Max Alaga, Max Protektado with unique toothpaste maximum fluoride protection. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS
Lower! Lower pa! Mas pinababa ang presyo kaysa dati. 475 pesos SRP na lang per 35 grams sachet ang linis at bango ng Champion Super Clean.
Bueno, balik kita ngan good man sige. Baga aton dida hiniging kahibalag ini na iton Leyte Center for Development ipinagyan ira Executive Director kan Hasmin Jerusalem dida hiniya journey pagtikang hiton naging mga paniguro nira, although an organization has been in existence for about 35 years now. Iton ira gintagan in emphasis an ira mga kaagi, anon mga kadaugan, kalangpusan, anon mga ayat dida hini nga na ikanapulo katuig na hapag tigaman han pag lasorbo ni Bagyo Yolanda. Di man ang kaparten iya pagyakan dida hini nga katirok.
On the commemoration of the 10th year of Yolanda, kami sa LCDE, being also Yolanda survivors, and although we were so broken physically and mentally, we tried to help in the response. So we would like to share our insights, achievements, and challenges 10 years after Yolanda. But I would also like to share with the press, media friends present, that today, 2023, is also our 35th year of service to the people of Eastern Visayas. We started in April 1988. So 2023, 35 years na kami. So, looking back on our decades of service, it's in our PR, in our press release, we have served at least 93,000 families or 558,000 individuals, around 10% of the Region 8 or Eastern Visayas population, with our programs on emergency response, disaster preparedness and mitigation, community health and advocacy. So through the decades of implementing our DRR, these are our achievements. Our livelihood projects have contributed to food security for many poor communities in at least more than 18 municipalities. Food security is an important part of community resilience because if the community is more food secure, they are better prepared for the impact of any disaster. So that's number one. Our livelihood programs, from cooperative stores to vegetable seeds distribution, motorboat. We gave 97 motorboats for our Yolanda response, and we gave 15 for Typhoon Odette response for the past 10 years. So we also gave rice meals, carabaos, and other farm tools. That's number one. Second, an important part of creating resilient communities is disaster preparedness programs. We teach the community knowledge and skills on disaster preparedness. And do you know that when Typhoon Yolanda happened, in all our communities where we did DRR, there was zero casualty from Eastern Samar to Western Samar to Leyte. And this was documented by an Austrian TV crew based in Vienna, Austria. They compared barangays without DRR and our barangays where we did disaster risk reduction capacity building. Why? Because the people knew what to do. They knew how to evacuate, preemptive. They analyzed where the hazards were. They organized themselves, and that's what we did. We organized disaster preparedness committees that we leave behind in the community so that when we pull out, they can continue the work on disaster risk reduction. Third achievement that we have is our natural resilience programs. In in our organization, we promote natural resilience rather than the hard projects like tide embankment. No? But I'm not saying it's bad. But we want more natural resilience like mangroves, growing upland forests, and we did that in Silago and St. Bernard, Southern Leyte in 2014. We planted 7 hectares of mangroves, and we planted more than 300 hectares of upland forest trees. That was 2014. Now, came Typhoon Odette, December 16, 2021. Our mangrove saved more than 2,000 lives. You can go to that barangay in Silago, Southern Leyte, and the community people will testify. They were encouraged to plant more mangroves, so that's a good thing for sustainability. That mangrove and tree planting project we had way back in 2013. We started in 2013. Of course, importantly also is the capacity building on DRR knowledge, leadership, because it's important that the people are instilled with skills on how to be better prepared for it. And it's really the essence is to leave behind a community organization. Even the government now, DOLE, DSWD, DA, they always give projects to organized groups, priority to organized groups. So, in fact, we help government, we complement government efforts in solving poverty. And lastly, syempre, our DRR programs, we give special attention to women and girls because we believe that women and girls during a disaster, they are more affected compared to the men. So they have menstruation, some are pregnant, so we give special attention to their needs. So yun ang, in a nutshell, our achievements for the past 35 years. And it was only in Typhoon or Yolanda that we had the most, we served the most, even we were victims ourselves. We were so destroyed. Now, Miss Louie would know that because I was crying when I went to DYPL because I needed someone who was also a survivor to share. And I saw Miss Louie broadcasting. We were still, I cannot describe physically, but she was broadcasting, so I was also encouraged to carry on our work to serve. And during the first 4 months after Typhoon Yolanda, we served 23,000 families from Eastern Samar, from Leyte. In just 4 months, with emergency aid like food, solar lamps, cash for work, vegetable seeds. Now we transitioned into early recovery. We gave shelter kits, so that they could have roofs over their heads. It was the most that we did in all our decades. It was the most that we were able to serve in just 4 months. We did that, I think, adrenaline rush and grace from above, from the Almighty, that we were able to do that. So that's our main accomplishment. Now, our recommendation. So if you will ask me, so what are your insights? Well, first insight is because we're in a climate crisis, our environment is degraded, and the United Nations says that we've got only 10 years, or else after 10 years, the situation will be irreversible. So, kairuman ang future generation, sapayan na lang sagad sa ako na senior na. Pero ang future, it will be irreversible. So, we're trying to save our planet. So, what we do in our NGO, in Leyte Center for Development, that's why we're pushing for natural resilience. Plant more trees, plant more mangroves, because this has been proven. And I spoke last February to the German ambassador to the Philippines and to share to them about our success in Southern Leyte, where our mangroves and upland trees saved many lives. And then another recommendation is that we focus on capacity building also, in capacitating the community on knowledge and skills on disaster risk reduction. Why? Because we always say, in the event of a disaster, it's not the government who will be the first responder. It's not even us in the NGOs who will be the first responder. It's going to be your neighbor who will be the first to respond. So we have to capacitate our communities with DRR. So that's the main. And that's what we're doing now and what we'll be doing in in the years to come. After our 35th, we hope to reach another 35 years or more. Now, challenges. If you ask me the challenges, it's more on resource generation. No, it's always a challenge because sometimes our foreign donors in Europe, in US, they would say, the Philippine national government, your national government, did not declare a state of emergency, so we cannot fundraise because they're not asking help from foreign countries. So affected di hapan among fundraising. No, so sometimes we cannot respond if we don't have enough funding. Our main programs are emergency response and DRR, capacity building, and it's been a good 10 years. Yolanda broke me. It broke many of us, I know, not only emotionally, but physically, but also it opened a door for many opportunities. Many times, almost every year, I was invited to speak abroad in Europe, in Japan, in Bangkok, Hong Kong, to speak about us, about the situation of our country, of Yolanda survivors. So I spoke not because that I wanted to see another country, but because I believe it was my mission as a humanitarian worker to share with the people of other countries our situation in the spirit of international solidarity with other people.
Suring pa. Ito naton Executive Director ng LCD, Ma'am Minette Jerusalem Ada Inihiya nga irahingpit nga uundong itaganhing kapas itaton mga kabugtuan didto iton baga mga disadvantage pa nga mga lugar, so much so that hira in makaato ha ira kalugaringon naman la makaandam ha ira mga kalugaringon para oras nga may sugad nga kalamidad, they could be much better equipped So, ira ito, diging papahigayon, labot la, capacity building, may dahira mga opportunities in livelihood ngan immediate assistance. Although it ayat nga ira ginaatubang, tubtubsan pagsustener rin kay nasarig man lahiret bulig iton iba. Ayuda hiton iba, nagsisarbi lahira nga tulay. So, dida ito nga okasyon, ako naging pakian, na pauna naman nira ito huhubaron nga problema. Akong ba, institutionalized dapat ini. Depende iton local government unit, kay paiba-iba man iton mga sitwasyon. May mga riko nga government unit, may it kabutang, it physical area, hini nga local government unit, as in doorstep gudiya, hit baga mga kalamidad, di ba? So, ginhihimo nga mga palisiya in responsive hit iratagsa-tagsa nga kabutang. Kumbaga gipupobrihi hit LGU, paunan uhiya, mabubuligan through siguro mga policy and then through internet, hin networking. Diba? But still, saring pa man, they continue ito nga challenge, but di rehera maundang. Amulat makalilipay ko ito din nga puntuan na hopefully iton na gobyerno ba sugad liwat hiya ka minute di ka detalyado hin sugad nga pitad. Anyway, sige. Di dahito balitaw nga okasyon, may ada pa kita iba pa nga mga grupo, partikular ang simbahan, ang National Council of Churches in the Philippines, ipinagi kan Reverend Irma Balaba, nganan kanan UCCP Bishop Jerby Salor. Pagbalik hiton Hiruhimangraw la.
DTX 500.
Ako si Janice. Dukay kayo maman ako menstruation din gaspat-spat lang. Hinay kaayo. Ipatay ko sa kong banao. DTX 500 kito capsules a day. Maintain lang na ako. Nag-regular na ako menstruation. Salamat kayo sa DTX 500.
DTX 500. Pumali sa mga butika. DTX 500.
Ako si Jay. Siging gasakit ang akong likod ug naay history ang among pamilya nga naay sakit-sakit. Pagkadungog na ako sa radyo, naay DTX 500. Ako gitry og duha ka kapsula sa usa ka adlaw. After 2 weeks, gaan na kay akong pamati. Epektibo kay DTX 500.
DTX 500. Pumali sa mga butika. DYVL Aksyon Radyo. Newscast. Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, maker of world-class quality Pride detergent.
Champion, gawang peerless na 60 years ng tapat na walang katapat.
Naghatag tutog Nobyembre 15, Himanila Mayor Maria Shilahani Lacuna, Pangan. Deadline ini. Ha Department of Public Works and Highways para tapuson ang binubuhat nga rehabilitasyon halagos nilad underpass nga hira nila Manila City Hall. Ini nga rehabilitasyon in paghingayad han lagos nilad underpass kundiin laki pan upgrading, pagkongkreto hadton mga karsada, pagpaupay han drainage nga nagtigang pa hadton Mayo 2 Mahuman mag-alutaga ang gobernohan Manila hin 50 milyones pesos para han proyekto, kadugangan ni 25 million pesos para naman ang national government, pinaagin buhatan ni Manila 5th District Congressman Erwin Ting.
An oras, hatag haiyuhan.
Champion, gawang peerless na 60 years ng tapat na walang katapat.
Aksyon!
Radyo!
Lower! Lower pa! Mas pinababa ang presyo kaysa dati. 475 pesos SRP na lang per 35 grams sachet ang linis at bango ng Champion Super Clean.
Always remember, sa paglinis, pakintabin ang sahig. Mrs. Star Wax. Kita na to the max.
Star Wax, ang #1 floor wax. May waterproof formula. Buhusan man hin tubig, balik ingat lagi hapon ang salog.
Star Wax. Kita na to the max.
Star Wax Floor Wax, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Lower! Lower pa! Mas pinababa ang presyo kaysa dati. 475 pesos SRP na lang per 35 grams sachet ang linis at bango ng Champion Super Clean.
Malipayon namon nga ibinabalik ka naton si day portion din hiha Aksyon Radyo. Hapagparigon ngan pagpadayon ng kultura waray noon, utro nga mababatian an iyo mga kalipay, kabudlay, hingyap, inok, pananaw, upod na an iyo pangaraba, ipinaagi hanaton si day portion. Ipadara an iyo siday para naton dinhi siday contest. Labutla han imo pakaamot han aton dinhi pagpadukwa ganaton kultura, may higayon pa hin pa premyo. Magdadaogin 200 pesos sa naton monthly winner ngan automatic apina han aton grand prize contest diin makakadarahin 1,000 pesos an aton third prize, 1,500 pesos an aton second prize ngan 2,000 pesos para han aton grand prize winner. Labutla han DYVL t-shirts ngan mugs. An aton mga qualifiers makakadara ni hintag 500 pesos ang kada usa. Ano pa ang iyo ginuhulat? Ipadara na ang iyo mga siday nga DYVL Aksyon Radyo now na! Bago nabalik kita, ngan yan manggod amon ipa ang bitlot hey, ang mga panlantaw. Saring pagindidig unan, hetan aton na mga kaparten simbahan, dida ini nga mga kinahanglanon ha pagtapo hiton hitabo parehas hiton Yolanda. Anon perspective, hiton simbahan, dida hini tubtub diin, hiton ira igin uungara nga kunta pamati, nga dahit panginahanglan, ngan hiton kamatuuran di dahil nga mga nabibiktima hiton kalamidad. This time iton naton ipapaangbita iyo ang naging pagyakan hinini UCCP Bishop Jerby Salor pamatian ta.
Hindi po lingid sa ating kaalaman ang simbahan po ay nananawagan, or ang simbahan ay kabilang bilang ahensya na tumutugon sa pangangailangan ng mga survivors ng Yolanda. And in fact, ang UCCP, particularly ang UCCP, ay nag-effort na makatulong sa the best na magawa ng ating leadership sa simbahan during the time ng Yolanda na tayo po ay nagkaroon din ng participation. Because we believe that the church, particularly the UCCP, is very sound when it comes to social concern and social involvement. Because we believe that the gospel of Jesus Christ is not just by way of having it recited during our ceremonial or mga liturgical services and gatherings, but in a way that we concretize. We express the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ in a concrete way of doing it, in a practical way of applying it na nakikita natin kung ano talaga ang gospel ng ating Panginoon doon sa buhay ng mga tao. Because this is the very life of Jesus Christ. To be with the people, sleep with the people, and go with the people, particularly the twilight masses. During the time of Jesus Christ, malinaw po ito na nagkaroon ang ating Panginoon ng panawagan sa taong simbahan na maging kabahagi ng ating lipunan, maging kabahagi sa buhay ng mga taong maralita, kabuhay at bahagi sa buhay ng mga nagdarko. And that is the real gospel of Jesus Christ, being with the suffering people. Now, I am representing the UCCP as the area bishop of East Visayas jurisdictional area, and at the same time, bringing the voice of the Regional Ecumenical Council of Eastern Visayas. Ang panawagan ng simbahan ay maging totoo, no? Ang ating gobyerno sa kanyang program on rehabilitation, ng community development, lalo na yung mga displaced na communities after Yolanda. So ito pong statement na ating ginawa ito ay tanawagan ng Eastern Visayas Regional Ecumenical Council, composed by different churches. Kung saan ito po ay kabahagi din sa buhay ng National Council of Churches in the Philippines. Now, as a community of faith, we have come to join with the struggles and walks of God's vulnerable in Eastern Visayas that's still creeping for survival from that horrible effect of Typhoon Yolanda, the international name Haiyan 10 years ago. The church, a caring community of Christian believers, committed to the pursuit of a transformed church and society towards an abundant and meaningful life for all, continually seeking for the answer of the next question, where do we go from here? Kung sa waray-waray na term, pakain naman lang kita sila. Question that tells the reality of their voice calling for serious and genuine response as to their plights. 10 years after the catastrophe, we have seen economic improvement, no job opportunities for the survivors, as if they are like dry bones, as prophesied by Prophet Ezekiel. The church, as partner in building peace and resiliency, calls our concerned agencies, both government and non-government, to champion the socio-economic upliftment of the vulnerable and displaced communities in the region and countryside through the serious, genuine, sustainable rehabilitation and economic program. Not just band-aid solution, but long-term one. The Ecumenical Partner Churches in Eastern Visayas strongly advocates equality of resources, food security, lasting peace, economic prosperity, and environmental protection to ensure na walang nagugutom, walang nagdaraho, walang napipinsala, at walang nauulila. Because we strongly believe, as what Jesus said in John 9 now, in chapter 10, verse 10, I have come that they may have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. And that is our call, our advocacy, our prophetic witness, and social intervention. As the word of Prophet Isaiah in 58 verse 10, feed the hungry and help those in trouble. Then your light will shine out from the darkness, and the darkness around you will be as bright as noonday. Ito ang panawagan ng simbahan dahil kabilang tayo upang ating may sakatuparan ang tunay na diwa ng kaharian ng Diyos, where peace, love, justice, and equality reigns. So, sa lakbay ito ng ating mga kapatiran na nagdarako, nauulila, naging biktima ng bagong Yolanda, ang kanila pong hiling sa atin na samahan sila, damhin ang kanilang paghihirap. Nagiging realistic at totoo ang ating pananampalataya kung mayroong totoong gawa. Pagmamahal, pagkalinga sa mga tao na sa laylayan ng ating lipunan, mga tao na kailangan ng kalinga, na minsan sa pinagkaitan ng kanilang karapatan. So, kami po, bilang taong simbahan, through Regional Ecumenical Council, Eastern Visayas, ay nagsisikap na maging kabahagi sa lakbayin, sa buhay ng mga biktima ng Yolanda. Hindi lang tayo nanawagan dahil sineselebrate natin or nagkaroon tayo ng commemoration of Typhoon Yolanda, kundi ito ay sustainable, long-term call na upang mabigyan sila ng kasagutan, katuparan sa kanilang community at magkaroon sila ng tunay na kaulugan ng buhay na mayroong pag-ibig, dangal at tunay na kalinga sa pamamagitan ng pagmamahal ng ating Kristo. Kung wala tayo, kung wala ang simbahan, kung wala ang komunidad, kung wala ang mga different organizations na mayroong ganitong pagtugon sa kanilang kalagayan, sino pa ang kanilang malalapitan kundi tayo. Pagpalain nawa tayong lahat ng ating Panginoon, ng ating may kapal sa ating lakbay sa buhay kasama ng ang mga biktima ng Yolanda. Tayo po ay pinagpapahala ng Diyos at kasama natin ang Panginoon hanggang sa dulo at makamit natin ang tagumpay. God bless. To God be the glory.
So amo ito ang pagpahamtang ni Bishop Jerby Salor itong UCCP. Idiretso ko la this time naman and stand an official statement ng National Council of Churches in the Philippines ipinaagi ni kan Reverend Irma Balaba adiman adton ira baga panawagan nga nadton ira sentimiento 10 years tikang mahitabo an pag-agyan Bagyo Yolanda dinhi aton dapit.
Isang pagbuklod na hapon sa ating lahat. I am also survivor of Yolanda and I was close to live. And thank you very much NCCP. Sila yung bumubukom sa aming mag-ina doon. And that give us also an opportunity to hop from school to school, university to university to share our story. And I had also an opportunity to speak at the United Nations sharing our story. To give justice to the National Council of Churches, I will not be sharing my own testimony. We have heard a lot of stories this afternoon from the testimonies of our sisters and brothers. So other than the reading, though you have a copy of our press statement that you can ask questions later after. A decade after Yolanda. So as Patis had mentioned earlier, this is not just a special call here for all of us, victims and survivors of Yolanda, but because this may happen to other places and other places experiencing the effect of climate change. A decade after Yolanda, we continue to echo the people's cry for justice. 10 years have already passed, but the harrowing memory of the world's strongest typhoon, Super Typhoon Haiyan, remains fresh among Filipinos. We heard the people cry for justice after Super Typhoon Yolanda ravaged 9 regions in the central part of our country, when 6,000 people lost their lives. Tayo siguro ihap yung bilang. Over 1 million lost their homes and around 4 million people were displaced. And a decade later, the National Council of Churches in the Philippines, which is composed of 10 member churches, mainline Protestant churches, and 9 associate members, continues to echo this cries for justice. The NCCP remembers the people who died from the mega disaster, families and communities still struggling to recover and rebuild their lives. Those who suffer from trauma and have yet to receive complete healing, Those whom we are repeatedly struck by various forms of disasters and violence post-Yolanda, and stands in solidarity with the community and people's organizations who show genuine pintakasi or bayanihan among marginalized sectors and communities. While survivors showed exemplary stories of resilience, NCCP continues to amplify call for justice for Yolanda survivors and all communities in climate vulnerable areas in the country. The two previous administrations have already passed. Dalawa na, tandaan. From former President Benigno Aquino Jr. to Rodrigo Duterte. However, promises of comprehensive assistance are yet to be completely fulfilled. Amid the snail-paced rehabilitation, Eastern Visayas and other Yolanda-affected areas are still plagued with greenwashing, false climate solutions, and ecological destructive projects under the current administration. For instance, the construction of a 3.36 billion Tacloban City Causeway project is currently threatening to disrupt the marine biological environment in Cancabato Bay, the livelihoods of the small fisher folks, and the potential harm to the reforested mangrove area in Barangay Paraiso, San Jose, in Tacloban City, which serves as a natural shield, mentioning Madam Minute kanina, and protection from strong storm surges. We are also alarmed by the escalated open-pit mining activities in Umonhon Island, Iwan, Eastern Samar, that are already altering the island's natural landscape. We, the people of faith, because the concerns of the people are concerns of our faith, express deep discontentment with the continued inadequate climate actions, ecological protection, and disaster preparedness and mitigation in our national government programs. We are distressed that empty promises of climate actions are covering up the horrific destruction happening in disaster and climate vulnerable communities. Regrettably, we deeply fear that another mega disaster is bound to happen, as we have not seen scaled up disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation programs in the country. We are also alarmed over the state of civic spaces in rural communities, especially those who have witnessed extreme militarization over the past few years, such as Eastern Samar and other parts of the region. The NCCP's call for justice extend to local humanitarian and development workers, environmentalists, right defenders, and community organizers and church workers, who are also become subjects of red tagging, threats, direct attacks, and illegal arrest. We are witnessing how minor human rights violations have directly impeded the grassroots community's efforts to become climate resilient. On this 10th year of commemorating Super Typhoon Yolanda, we reiterate our call and prayer for climate justice. This call for climate justice will be a call for transparency and proper management of funds intended for DRRM and climate adaptation. It is also a call for healthier, safer civic spaces where people have the liberty to protect the environment and organize themselves and their communities to become climate resilient without any fear of being rent down or threatened. Our yearning and cry for justice for Yolanda survivors remains alive and extends to a cry of climate justice for the most affected peoples and areas across the world. We yearn for shared solutions to address the needs of the most affected countries and accountability. We call for accountability and meaningful action from the richest and highest carbon emitters and polluters. We broaden our call for a strengthened sustainable development and green, just transition, especially for underdeveloped and developing nations.
Bueno, may higayon pa ako. Magpapainom-dum lang ako madali ala.
Sunday Mega Music.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go! Pamati ka mo, Hasan din Mega Music.
Sunday Mega Music. Di Domingo nga sonata. 80s to 90s disco music.
Touch by touch.
Mega Music.
Mambo Music.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the
Sunday Mega Music.
All the boys say I want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna.
Swing. OPM Music. Iyo mababatian a Sunday Mega Music.
Salit, pamati na kamo. Kay anhila niyo mababati an aton mga music and hatto.
Alas 5 itong kulog, nga alas 7 itong gabi, kaupod kan Rafael Regala. Dinhila, han numero 1 estasyon, DYPL Aksyon Radyo.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Sunday Mega Music.
Si Mommy at si Washing Machine believe sa Pride Washing Machine Detergent.
Hello, Washi!
Hello, Mommy!
Laundry day na naman! Ready ka na sa mancha, chocolate, putik, libag?
Kaya yan ang Pride Washing Machine Detergent. May triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
All you need is pride. All you need is pride.
Pride Detergent, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Lower. Lower pa. Mas pinababa ang presyo kaysa dati. 475 pesos SRP na lang per 35 grams sachet ang linis at bango ng Champion Super Clean.
Bina! Aksyon! Radyo!
Lower. Lower pa. Mas pinababa ang presyo kaysa dati. 475 pesos SRP na lang per 35 grams sachet ang linis at bango ng Champion Super Clean.
Bina!
Sa panahon ngayon, kau ba'y sigurado? Kau ba'y protektado? Ang pamilya ay i-shield mo.
Laban sa bakterya,
I-shield mo.
laban ng pati virus, i-shield mo.
Shield Bath Soap. Patay ang 99.9% of bacteria and virus tested. Bilib ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association.
Sa sakit protektado,
I-shield mo.
pamilya protektado, i-shield mo.
Shield Bath Soap. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Para sa damit na ka-bloom sa bango, subukan ang Charm Fabric Conditioner.
Charm Fat Farm, bangong kumaga-bloom. Charm Fat Farm, damit ay may bango ng salibong bulaklak.
Charm Fabric Conditioner with Stay Fresh Technology. Damit ay ka-bloom sa bango.
Charm Fat Farm, bangong kumaga-bloom. Charm Fat Farm, damit ay may bango ng salibong bulaklak.
Charm Fabric Conditioner. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World-class quality.
ACS.
Malaksi nga resulta ng laboratory ng X-ray yan imo biling? Pakadtula ha FCE Polyclinic and Diagnostic Center. Oo, mga sangkay. Mga bagog, state-of-the-art ang ira mga lab equipment. Sugat itong X-ray, ultrasound, clinical laboratory ng ECG. Diri na kamo mahulatin maiha kaya yung X-ray ng ultrasound result makukuha dayon sa 20 minutos. Ang complete blood count makukuha lahin 5 minutos. May daliwa tira hypertensive profile, sugad ang FBS, RBS, BUA, creatinine, total cholesterol, HDL, LDL, triglyceride, sugad liwatan electrolyte profile, potassium, sodium, chloride, calcium ng pH ug liver profile, phos, total bilirubin, B1, B2, SGOT, SGPT. Available gihapon ang hemoglobin A1C, CRP ngan H. pylori. Ang resulta hini nga mga examination makukuha mo dayon sa kublahin usa ka oras. Pakadtuhan mga moderno ngan bag-o nga mga gamit pan laboratorio ka FCE Polyclinic and Diagnostic Center. Gindudumara ni Dr. and Mrs. Francisco C. Estanislao, Senator Inahi nga dalan syudad han Tacloban. An butika Stanislao mag-usa hiton klinik. Balik kita, dili nga nabibiling na pera ka minutos ito naton pagkahampang yana nga kulop. Waray may makakasukol. Hiton kanan kada tagsa mga pagbati, pag-abat, mga labinait mga kaantusan ito sa katawo hatubangan han naging kaagi naton han Bagyo Yolanda. Kay ini depende to kun hain an imo kabutangan ngan kun ano an imo yan na igin resultahan after all han mga gin plastarhan aton na gobyerno igin pahamtang han mga iba-iba nga mga nasod pagbuli ga aton kumo kay hikita an nagin poster hikita an nagin nawong hiton usahan pinaka makarimadima nga pwede igbunga han climate change. Bisan pa kun may mga kalipay, may mga kalangpusan, waray sugad kadako nga mga kaantusan han na aton din mga kabugtuan din ni region, still diri makuha hito naton haira iton mga frustrations iton mga kabudlay mabido ba nga after all hini nga baga mga nanghitabo an mga naibaruan naton han mga nagpaangbit still we are at baga diri pa kita masisiring nga ada kitahin punto nga diri na kita makaka-experiencehin parehas hadto nga baga kaantusan although may dakabaguhan na yet ang ginhihingyap ang ginlalauman ga mga pankabug-usan kumbaga an systemic nga change while aada is not as fruitful diri sugad kamabunga han ginlalauman. Syempre damo-damoan itong mga ayat especially naton din mga gobyerno kay diri naman lainin remember 2013 so pira ini nga mga administrasyon an inagi na to kun naupod naton ni taton niya di ba sugad na ito kahilawig, sugad na ito kadamo. Ang baga mga naniguro, maniniguro pa. Pero, like what I always say, adigud ini permiha aton. Paunan o naton ini nasasantupan nga mga sitwasyon, paunan o kita mag-react, ngan umabat hit kakurian unina or mga kaantusan unina. So much so that today, kinahanglan nat buhaton at mga responsibilidad amo iton it equals saring paman it equivalent nga da hiton kun kita ka successful dida ini nga pag-agi ha aton han kapaitan nga waray sugad durot ni Bagyo Yolanda. Siguro mas dagko pa nga mga bagyo metaphorically or kakamatuuran or haalid-agid an pwede naton pa maagian in this lifetime. Pero siring ko pa itanan magkakamay ada in bag-o or iba nga perspective, iba nga iriresulta ba depende paunan o kita magin sakto mapinasalamaton ngan mabinuligon at kalugaringon ngan hit aton igkasitaw. Dere kinahanglan ang gidadagkui nga mga ikakaamot mo mo magiging contribution nga da hiton sugad dini nga baga mga paniguro. The least that you can do for yourself and for your neighbor would somehow contribute a lot kay basi baga diri siguro sugad kahalapad ka makarimadima iton mga aantuson hiton tao panahon nga may da mga pareho hini nga bagyo nga naabot aton. Ungod inin we go through it. Saring pa lilipas din yan. And indeed, lumipas din ang aton pagtigaman han Bagyo Yolanda and that we just hope nga dida ini nga emphasis imagine at 1 decade nakalabay depende kun hain mo ginbutangan nimo kalugaringon dida iton mga sadang hinpareho nga mga hitabo. We just hope that nagigiyahan ka hanimo gugmanig kasi tao, nga nanimo pagkilala, ita't makagarahom, nga amo an magburo utan tanan, salit kita, madangup. Hindi rin man tamabaya, ano paman ang kakurian, nga aton ginaatubang. Bueno kasangkayan, sareng pa. Salamat an iwag, na nakadayon kami hayo tagsa-tagsa nga mga panimalay. I just hope and pray nga if aching paman kita, if lingering paman, ini nga mga pains buhatan na Bagyo Yolanda, nga ito magserbiha aton nga inspirasyon so that tama an aton magiging mga desisyon. Salamat an oras, tubtuban sunod nga higayon. Ha aton pagkahampang, ito naton taramdahan ni Hiruhimangraw. Ako'y Louie Quebec, maupay nga kulop, payo nga tanan.
Iyo hinbatian ang programa Hiruhimangraw la. Ang taramdan parahan iyo hay nga kakurulpon. Panungdong, bulik kay ni Sangkay. Salit tugtubiton sunod ngay gayon, hiton aton programa. Pagkirita kita din ha Hiruhimangraw la.